I'm Ass of War. Welcome to my new Dark Knight 4v4 tank guide, Dark Knight Final Fantasy XIV PvP gameplay guide. Ever since 8v8 has been put into a shallow grave by squeenix because they hate me and they hate the best thing in the game, I've just been playing 4v4 because they decided to actually make it good now because you can finally queue up with a friend, which means it has some value to me. So in this guide, I'm going to go over all the actions and how to use them, all the extra abilities and traits that are actually worthwhile for Dark Knight, Dark Knight's specific role in 4v4 between the other tanks and classes, and then the tank trifecta and Dark Knight and how it works in that, and then I'm going to show you the fastest 4v4 game I've ever had. It was pretty good. In 4v4 Feast, Dark Knight is kind of unique compared to the other tanks because they're pretty versatile. They have a pretty good support ability in Blackest Night. They have really good mobility because Plunge doesn't have a cost to it, just a cooldown. And then you have the Cool Guy combo, which can lock down casters for 6 seconds, and then they can stay in stance without any real penalty with Grit. It's really important to know when to have Grit on and off, because Dark Knight needs to manage that effectively to either take or deal damage. You need to put Grit on when everybody's attacking you, then when they realize that you're a tank and they can't kill you for quite a while, you turn the Grit off, and then you start actually doing damage to the target the DPS are attacking. Low blow, you stun the annoying DPS, and you stun the annoying tanks, and you stun the annoying healers. Blood Spiller is used either for damage or to shut down a healer or a caster. Unmend is pretty much only used for when you draw in the ninja or dragoon that jumps into your whole team. Blackest Night is your main ability, which you should use almost always whenever possible. Put it on the DPS and the healer. Only put it on yourself if you're the only target that's going to take damage. You can use Plunge to get in, get out, and do some more damage. You can use the Soul Eater combo like 90% of the time because it gives you health and mana, which you both need constantly. Soul Survivor is really good because you just put it on somebody that's running into your entire team, so then when everybody beats the shit out of them, they take 10% more damage, and then when they die, you get a Blood Spiller and a lot of health and mana. Power Slash combo puts a healing debuff on the enemy combatant. So basically, you put it on the asshole paladin that's just spamming clemency on himself because he doesn't know what else to do, or the healer that's spamming their best heal on themselves because they don't know what else to do. Cool Guy combos when you run up to a healer or caster and use Low Blow for the stun, then when they're getting out of the stun, Blood Spiller to silence them, then when they're getting out of the silence, you then use Unmend to pull them back so they can not cast. Here's how the tanks are set up right now. Paladin have the ability to spam heals on themselves and just become invincible for 5 seconds, so basically being a little bitch. Warriors can activate Inner Release, charge at someone, stun them, and use Fell Cleave 3 times while binding them in place. That's burst damage. And then Dark Knight has the best mobility because they have Plunge, which doesn't cost anything, just as a cooldown. Blackest Night, a good support because it makes them not take any damage, and it also gives you more damage with Blood Spiller. So they have a little bit of everything, which makes them really versatile. Tanks are still supposed to get all the medals, even though the amount they can get has been heavily reduced from 8v8, because they can only hold 200 now, which is about, if somebody died and they had 100, they would drop 50, so that's 2 kills worth of medals. You should always have 200 on you, because nobody wants to attack a tank. Even if they have max heavy metal stacks, it's almost irrelevant for them because they can reduce the damage they take by so much and they have more health than everyone else. It's like completely pointless to even try to attack them. For your extra abilities, there's really only about 2 to 3 things you can pick up. Safeguard is necessary because it gives you flexibility and it makes it easier to stance with Grit. Because Safeguard is literally an extra Grit. It's the same amount of damage reduction, but without a penalty. So, if you are just sitting there after your healer just died and your teammates are running away, but you're still there, and the entire enemy team is going to beat the shit out of you, you can have Grit and Safeguard on and take 50% of the damage they are dishing out. That is what you're supposed to do as a tank. And then Muse is also insanely good because it means you can use Blackest Night almost all the time. But Purify is also really good if you have some like douchebag guy, some paladin running around with Enliven because he thinks he's a funny guy and he's trying to stun lock everyone, which is why he has Enliven, so he can do that. Purify is just going to make it so you can say, "Fuck you, fucker, I don't fucking care, you fucking asshole," and then just run and kick him in the balls. For traits, you have a few choices. Increased action speed is really good because, of course, it makes you faster, which means more Blackest Nights and all of your abilities will go faster, so it's pretty necessary. Increased HP is the best skill, though, because it makes Blackest Night better, and Blackest Night is the best thing. Increased damage is also really good because tanks are actually a DPS. Unless you're a paladin, in which case you're an asshole, not a DPS. But Dark Knight, secretly a DPS. Warrior, obviously a DPS. Just look at Fell Cleave and Inner Release. That's some good stuff. Increased MP regen is also really useful if you just need to use Blackest Night more against burst comps. Like, if a ninja and a bard are going to beat the shit out of your healer, you need to put Blackest Night on them or they will die.
Hey, Riley. Is your refrigerator running? Okay, so a long time ago, this guy who was like on top charts for Feast, whose main melee DPS, taught me that I should be using Safeguard and Concentrate, because Bolt really doesn't matter that much as long as you have Concentrate, because Concentrate removes like stun, sleep, bind, heavy, slow, and silence. So
it removes them too?
Yeah, it creates a barrier prevention. So I mean,
but it doesn't get you out, does it?
Yeah, but like you should, you use it before you go into a big crowd to take out some.
Their Astro just gave that guy a card like 30 minutes early. Look, it's gone.
So what you do with it though is before you like do your burst, you do that.
Yep. Oh my god. Please. Get him! I stunned the healer, get him!
Yes! That guy was so...
Next, Red Mage.
There we go.
Next, healer.
There we go. Alright, go for Airweaver there again.
No, now we're going for that warrior.
Alright. Whatever you say, Captain. Okay, there we go.
My god!
Oh, we have to retreat.
What is he doing? What is that guy doing?
There we go. That guy's dead. Can we hit the world record for fastest victory?
Healer's dead.
There we go. That guy's dead. Oh, that's the world's fastest victory. Can we record that?
No.